What it do, man? It's your boy Josh back up in this thing with another one. We woke up this morning. It's another beautiful day. All praise to the Most High, man. Let's get it, man. Guys, we have to be patient and wait our turn, bro. Be patient and trust God's timing. Be patient and understand that God is going to come through for us, bro. That when it comes to you and the duration of how long it's taking you for you to get to where you want to get or receive whatever you want to receive, I'm going to let you know the reason as to why it may be longer than your liking, longer than what you expected. It's because the Most High is using it as a way to develop your character. And when it comes to developing your character, it's also a way to develop your faith, your reliance on Him. That while you sitting here trying to figure out how you can, expedite or supersede the result that you like, trying to hurry up and expeditiously get the result that you so crave, you realize that you ain't got no control over. You realize that the more that you try to do, the more that you try to be, that it doesn't really work out. And then you start questioning yourself. Am I not doing enough? Am I not doing it right? No, you're doing it exactly right. What you are waiting on is you're waiting on something that is outside of your control. You is waiting on a result to come. You is waiting on you to receive or meet the goal. You're doing all the things that are in your control that is aligned with receiving it. So how do you stay patient? Why is it taking longer than expected? Is because God is using this as a way for Him to really test your faith. And the only way you can test faith is by testing someone's patience. Because it's easy to have faith for one day. It's easy to have faith for 2 days, a week, maybe 2 weeks. It's a lot harder to have faith and have patience after doing it every single day and not receiving the results, having to wait a year, having to wait another year, having to wait 2 more years. That is when faith is tested. Because you're trying to put it all on you. You're trying to understand it all. And that's what the Most High tells us not to do, is do not try to get to a point where you can make it to where you can get to a point where you can understand it. Don't look at it and be like, oh, based on my understanding, the reason as to why I haven't met the results or gotten everything I wanted in life is because I'm not capable, or, it's not something I deserve, or it's something that is outside of my reach, when that is not the case. That is not the case. Thinking like that lets Most High lets Him know that you don't have the character required to receive that goal. You aren't conditioned for success. You can only get conditioned for success is when you've gone so long without. When you are tested, when there's so many opportunities for you to bail out, for you to not have faith, you still have faith. James chapter 1, verse 2, verse 4 says, "My brethren, count it all when you fall into various trials, knowing that the testing of your faith produces patience. But let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing." You being patient is the last step. You can't be patient and be the best. You can't be not patient and expect to be the best version of yourself. You cannot be that guy you always dreamed of being without having patience. It says it right here. Let patience have its perfect work, that you may be perfect and complete, lacking nothing. Let your patience develop. Let your patience get stronger and stronger. We always pray for patience, right? We always pray for patience. You want to know when we pray for patience, how God delivers us, or it gives us exactly what we want, as far as in being a more patient individual, is He puts us in times where we have to wait, times where we don't have it. And those times may extend longer than we expected. But your patience must remain. This is the last step. This is the only thing that, because you have it all. You have the consistency. You have the dedication, the commitment, the drive behind it. But all of that is subject to change depending on how long you have to wait or how long you have to be patient. Ask yourself, do self-reflection. Can you do what it is that you're doing if you had to be patient for 5 years? Can you do what you're doing if you had to be patient for 1 year, 10 years, whatever the case may be? Or is there a time limit when it's like, nah, if I don't have it by then it's not meant to be? Which one is it? Which one is it? You can't put something like time. You can't put a constraint like time or when you need it by on God. That's when he won't put it. He's not bound by time. He's not bound by your expectations or what you think. He's going to give you what you need. What's going to make you whole. That's going to develop you into being the person who it is that you've always wanted to be, but more importantly, the person that he wants you to be. Stepping in the purpose that he has called over your life. So understand that you will never have a complete, full understanding of knowing how everything is supposed to go for your life. Hell, I don't even. But you don't need to. Answer this question. Do you trust God to take care of you? If yes, then there's no reason as to wonder or question whether or not it's going to happen. If God is the one who is ultimately up to, I'm not worried about nothing, bro. I'm not worried about it needing to come. Because why? Because he's going to give me everything I need. And it's on me to choose to believe that it is everything that I need. I have everything I need. I don't need anything else. The Most High has blessed me. And I believe that whatever is meant for me is meant for me. If it's anything that I don't need and it's not meant for me, he's going to keep it away from me. But that's the thing, bro, is that you also need to believe that you also need to believe that you need this thing to happen in order for you to be validated as a person, in order for you to feel fulfilled as a person. Because I'm telling you, well, say for example, if you did receive it, the fulfillment, you will quickly realize that it's a choice that you have to make. Because people who don't choose to be fulfilled, when people that are constantly looking at the things that they lack or the things that they want and pointing out that they don't have it, those are the people that are typically, going to be greedy. No money is going to make them happy. No amount of relationships is going to make them happy. They will always find something to complain about because there is just never enough. You have to honestly realize that, hey, if I were to receive all this, am I going to receive this or feel fulfilled? Or am I going to receive this and be wanting more? Because the thing about greed is that when you start receiving it, you start wanting it even more and even more. And the thirst and the desire for it becomes even greater and greater. That's greed. That's a deadly sin. At some point, some shape or form, you have to look at yourself, analyze all the things that have been great in your life, and choose to say, you know what? This is enough. Because look at how blessed I am. Look at how much I have. Look at how much I have that's so much more than the average person on this earth. Being an American, sitting here in my truck right now, sipping on a doggone white mocha and some AC under the shade, have a nice paying job, sitting on a lunch break, just chilling. Knowing where I'm gonna sleep at tonight, knowing I got food at the crib, knowing if something gets dark and sometimes I know exactly I got some people in my life who I can call on. When you tend to focus on the things that's working in your life, the things that you do have, you tend to not focus on the things that you're lacking. When you tend to focus on the things that you do have in your life, you start to realize how great life is and you start having a more positive mindset. When you tend to focus on the things that you don't have, the more that you have to think about the person that you aren't and the person that you're incapable of being and you trying to find the reasons as to why you don't have all that you want. That's you tending to focus on the negatives, the things that's not working out in your favor. And then you will start to feel negative despite how much good has been going on in your life. So whatever dreams or aspirations you want to reach with the thought process, with the mindset, thinking that it's going to make you feel more fulfilled, it's going to make you be able to accept yourself, make you feel happy. I'm telling you, it may be able to do that on a temporary phase, but you'll just hit a baseline again where you're then hit with the same dilemma. Am I going to choose to be fulfilled? Because a choosing of fulfillment, a choosing of happiness, it all comes with a thought. It all comes with how you approach life. Are you approaching life always pointing at the stuff that you don't have, always pointing out the weaknesses, the things that aren't perfect? Or were you approaching life satisfied and grateful for how far you've came, for how much you got in your life, for how many things that could have went wrong, but instead worked right in your favor? You ain't even factoring in how many times God has came through for you. His grace has covered over you. But you over here worried about why you ain't got this and why you ain't got that and X, Y, and Z. And that's the reason as to why you don't trust God. It's because you mad at God. You've been waiting and patient and stuff, like putting all this work, and because God don't give it when you expected it, you want to be mad at him. And so then you remove your faith from within God and you try to put it in yourself, and then you start putting it in yourself and you try to start doing it on your own, and that's when you start realizing that you can't do it on your own. What it's going to require is going to require faith, and your faith can only be tested when it's going down the long stretch, whenever the external and the outside starts looking bleak and it starts looking dim and it starts looking like it's not going to happen. That's when your faith needs to come and persevere the most. It's easy to have faith when you're motivated, when you're just starting out. But is that faith going to remain the same? That's why they say, do not let your faith waver. Because as time goes along, think about the gym. Everybody shows up on January 1st, that first Monday of the year, at the gym with the mindset and with the belief and with the faith that they can transform their bodies, that they can transform their life. But as time goes on, as the results still haven't been shown, still can't see it in the mirror, but as time keeps going on, we continue to put this work in. Some majority of people eventually hit that thought process where their faith wavers, where they say, you know what? I see what it's going to require. I don't feel like it. I don't think I can do it. I'm going to quit. But the ones that believe and consistently believe even when they feel like it can't be done. Believe even when it feels like it's getting harder and harder. Believe even when they don't feel as energetic or motivated by it anymore. Those are the ones that get the results, bro. It's because they are rewarded for their faith, their belief. And that's all that God is asking you to do, is just to believe in him and trust him. And it becomes easier when you stop focusing on the things that you're lacking in life. You don't get disgruntled, or you don't get upset when things aren't going your way, or when you haven't gotten that certain result. No, you understand that result is not going to make you ultimately feel fulfilled. What's ultimately is going to make you feel fulfilled is when you decide that you are going to be fulfilled. When you decide that it is enough. When you decide that I am blessed and that my desires, my flesh wanting to yearn and desire for all these things is a trick of the enemy. The enemy showing you all these other people having the things you want, and then you sitting there choosing to say, you know what, they have it and I don't have it, and you starting to get jealous and you start being envious and you start to become hateful because they have it and you don't. That is a trick of the devil, because it takes the focus off of the things and off of the grace that God has given you, and it focuses on what God has failed to produce for you. Because God didn't give you this one thing, he's the worst thing in the world, and he don't got your back, and he really don't love you. Bro, what about all the million other things? I mean, he woke you up this morning, bro. I mean, you in perfect health today, bro. I mean, you have a roof over your head, bro. You got some food, bro. Like, there's people on this earth that don't got that, right? But look at God giving you his grace. Not putting you in a worse situation than where you are right now. But here you are coming to him talking about some, yeah, you did all that. But this is the one thing I want. I want this. I want this. Yeah, forget all the other things. What about this? Come on, bro. Is that somebody who the Most High would want to bless or want to give? Imagine you were somebody who could help anybody because you had all powers in the world, and you think you would want to help somebody that would have a smug attitude that says, you know what, I've done so much for this person, I supported them, but they coming back you with a negative energy, with a negative vibe because because you did the 99 things that, you know, they don't care about. You took care of those 99 things. The only thing they want to point out is that one thing you ain't giving to them. How would you feel to help them in the future? Like, man, this man always coming over here complaining about something. Always focusing. It's always a problem with him. Dude can never be satisfied. It's always a problem with him. Look at this great life I've given him. It still ain't enough. Damn, bro. I know if I switch him out with that dude that's living on the other side of the world, switch him out here, he'll take whatever he has and not say a word after that. It's the entitledness. It's the belief thinking that once I have it, I'll be happy. That's a false belief. The only way I could see you being happy is, you know what I'm saying, you chasing God. Because that's what I've been doing. That's why I've come to this realization. That's why I'm sharing my wisdom on my search and on my journey to find the Most High, bro. This is what's been relayed to me. When I'm telling you guys about these, like, the reason why I know about this is because I was experiencing it too. I had to get to a point of realization. I see now. So before you start questioning God, question on whether he loves you or anything like that, I'm pretty sure there's some good things that are in your life that'll validate that, you know what I'm saying? The Most High loves you. The Most High ain't never going to leave you hanging. That whatever problems he puts in front of you, he ain't going to give you those problems with the thought thinking that you can't overcome it. No, he's putting that in front of you because he wants to see and he believes that you can persevere through this. He wouldn't put it in front of you with this dilemma, you feeling a certain type of way, unless you had the ability of conquering it. It all starts with your belief, though, and what you have faith in. If you believe it can get done and you have faith that it can get done and the Most High will make it happen for you, then, bro, just put your head down and work, bro. Don't worry about nothing else. Focus on what you can control. Do that and shut your mouth, bro. Shut your mouth. Stop having all those negative thoughts in your head. See, bro, I was supposed to have it by now, but now since I ain't got it by now, man, that ain't meant for me, bro. See, God don't want me to be. Man, shut up, bro. Shut up. Stop talking to yourself like that, bro. You are one of God's creations, bro. What you talking about right now? All the years he's covered you, and because he ain't giving you this one thing, that's the reason as to why. Man, just shut up, bro. Stop being negative. Stop complaining all the time. Say, for example, if he did give it to you, bro, you just gonna find something else to complain about. Be thankful, show appreciation, stay at a positive frequency. Complaining, looking at the things that you lack, looking at what hasn't been accomplished yet is only going to make you feel worse. Because what is that going to do? It's just going to put you in a negative mood because you're focusing on something negative. And that negative mood, being in that negative frequency, is not going to make you get any closer to where it is that you want to. If anything, it moves you further away. Negative means down, means going away. We're trying to go up. We're trying to be positive. We're trying to reach positivity. We're trying to obtain something positive. We must be that. We must be in tune with where we are trying to go. And if we're trying to go elevate, we're trying to transcend, we're trying to create something positive, achieve, we have to be a positive being. We have to obtain a positive state of mind and a state of sense, a state of self, or a positive sense of self. That is only what's going to get you out of whatever trial that you're in, or whatever is that's going to elevate your life to the next level. Have faith that it will get done. And when it comes to having faith is when you're not waiting on that external, or you're not waiting for that goal to be met in order for you to start feeling that way. No, you start feeling that way off rip. Then, man, I have faith that God is already going to take care of it. I'm not even worried about it. Let me go ahead and start praising him in advance for what he's about to do in the future, for what's about to come. I've already asked for it. I know that if I keep handling business, I stay patient, I stay consistent, it's going to come. Because how can I do all that and it not come? It's impossible. How can I do that? There have been many iterations in the Bible where people seeked Jesus for him to heal. And that first initial time where people seeked Jesus, he would walk past them or he wouldn't acknowledge them. But the people that continuously sought him out, that continuously had faith, that just because it ain't worked out yet, or just because you ain't heard from him yet, that it ain't gonna happen, do not allow that to be the reason as to why you don't believe. The Most High is trying to test your faith, and a good test of faith is how patient you can be. How often you can continue to seek after him, and it may feel like it's unheard of, or that he's not hearing you and he's not giving you what it is. But all that is just a test of faith. That, okay, oh my, I asked God for it and it's not here yet. That means God can't do it. No, it's that I know God can do it. I believe he can do it. If he did it for them, why can't he do it for me? I believe he can do it for me. I'm going to have that consistent belief that he can do it for me. And when he does it for me, I have to believe and trust his plan and trust his timing, that he's doing it when he does it for a specific reason. That I can't lean on my own understanding and overly thinking arrogant that I know all and I no. Be patient and just wait on God's timing, bro. Be patient. Don't rush it. Do not get emotional about it. Stop thinking that, oh, your life is like, what? Okay, say for example, if you don't accomplish whatever it is that you accomplish. Let's just go. I don't even like address it, but let's just go ahead and address it. Okay, what if you don't? Is life not good? Is life all of a sudden dissatisfactory? Are we just, no. At least I hope you don't, because what I want you to do is I want you to focus on everything that has happened and has been good up to this point. And let that be the validation and let that be the reasoning, as if he's done it all this time in the past. Why wouldn't he do it in the future? Why wouldn't he? Determining on how big of an accomplishment, how big of a goal required, you need that same amount of big faith. If it's something great that you want to achieve, you have to realize that you're going to have to exercise great faith. Not average faith, not typical faith, great faith, extraordinary faith. A type of faith where it looks like it can't be done, but you don't listen to it. Because you have faith in your thoughts, you have faith in your belief, and you believe in God, bro. And if you believe in him, bro, and his power, bro, I've seen his power on display too many times, bro. I've seen it too many times for me to sit here and not believe. For me to sit here and say, oh yeah, he won't do it for me. I've seen it on display so many times. So whatever it is that, I don't have any doubts. To guys, give you guys into context a little bit. I am going to be one of the biggest motivational speakers on the face of this planet, bro. I believe it because I feel like it. I feel like when I hear myself talk, there are certain people that are gravitated towards it, that continuously listen to it over and over. That's just more validation and more proof that if he could do it for the few hundred people that watch my videos on a continuous basis, do I think God can't turn that 100 into thousands and those thousands into millions? I really think, oh yeah, God, he could give me these, but he can't give me more. No. But I understood that what it is that I'm trying to seek, the path that I'm walking on, the purpose that I see that's in front of me that I want to fulfill. I want to touch and reach millions of people, because I feel like with these videos, with this inspiration, what we talk about on this channel has the ability to save millions of people's lives. Why would I think otherwise? That's the type of belief that you guys have to have in yourself. Think about, say for example, we were in WWE, right? And your tag team partner was, you know what I'm saying, your best friend. Or let's say the opposing team, there was a tag team partner, and let's go ahead and say those two people were, you know, best friends. And we had to go against them. Now, what if you knew God was your tag team partner that was right there with you, facing the opposition, facing the resistance? How much would you really worry about you standing on top or you actually persevering and actually winning? You probably wouldn't even, you was like, oh, I got God in my corner. Oh, we definitely gonna win today. You ever know, like, you guys ever had that person that was on your school team when you was a little jit or a little kid or something like that? And oh man, if our best player is playing, oh, we ain't got nothing to worry about. We smoking them. Them boys ain't touch us. That's the type of the automatic sense of confidence and sense of self when you know what it is that you're capable of, and that if you show up fully prepared, fully equipped, you know it's a done deal. You already know that you're gonna be victorious. Y'all ever felt that sense of confidence? Oh, I got him on my team. We'll take care of. We'll take care. That's the type of belief you have to have when you realize that God is in your life. There is nothing greater than Him. And if He is in your corner, bro, what do you have to worry about? What are you worried about losing for? What are you worried about negative stuff for? Why? You got a tag team partner. You ain't got to go out there and do all the work on your own. But I will tell something about God as a tag team partner, bro. He's only going to come through for you if you believe that He can come through for you. If you don't think that He's capable and you don't want to tag Him in, He ain't going to try to tag Himself in. He's going to let you get to a point where it's just like, okay, I tried to do this on my own. I realized I can't do this on my own. I need to tag out. God is going to allow you to go through certain trials and tribulations if it can push you closer to Him. He'll allow you to go through that depression. He'll allow you to go through those financial struggles. He'll allow you to go through that heartbreak, all just for you to realize that you can't do it on your own. Where you feel empty inside, you feel like you've touched a sunken place. He's allowing you to go through that so you can seek Him for you to tag out, for you to tag Him and be like, please help me, God. That is it. But in order for you to tag God in, you have to believe that He can come in and help you. Right now, you feel like life is good. You thinking you over here doing all the work and taking care of you, ain't even tracking that the grace that God is covering you. You think it's all on you. You think you big stuff and that. Man, never again will that be me. I'll never forget, bro. I remember I started working a job. I started making good money, started making new money, you know what I'm saying? Started having plans in the future. So, you know what I'm saying? I met my girlfriend. She was cool. She was beautiful. She was about to be my next fiance. Life was going just as planned. Life was going good. Tell me why when life was going good, that's when I started moving further and further away from God. And then as soon as I started moving further away from Him, I started realizing my life was starting to go in shambles. And then I went from a really, really good high to a really, really, really low. And the reason how I did that is because I had came to a realization or thought that I didn't need God. Thinking that I can do it all on my own. And that's what led me to, you know what I'm saying, get into a place where I felt like I was in a place where He was the only person that could truly understand how I was feeling and that could really, truly help me. Everybody I talked to about my problems, everybody else all told me the same thing, and I felt like it wasn't helping. There was only one person that had the authority and really had the true power of helping me, and that was the Most High. And so when I talk about, hey, I've seen His grace, I've seen His work on display, believe me when I say that. Believe me. There's some things where I look back and I was like, it's so coincident that happened. I was like, it's too coincidental. So much so to the point where it's like, no, I don't believe in that coincidence. That was God right there. And so you need to have the belief, need to have the thought that God can come through for you and give you anything that you ever so desired. But you have to believe that he can do that. And then you also have to focus on giving appreciation and giving thanks to him for all the things that he has done. Don't be that negative dude that's always complaining about what he ain't got. And so that's all I got for y'all boys, man. Before y'all go, man, make sure y'all hit that like, comment, subscribe button, share the video. I'ma holler at y'all.